Okay. Okay, all right. Welcome everybody to December People Policy Development Committee. First item on the agenda is apologies for absence.
Yeah, I've got apologies from councillors Leslie Walton and Erica Kirshner.
Okay, thanks, Alison. Second item on the agenda, disclosure of personal prejudice and interests. There shouldn't be any. No, okay. Third item is the minutes of the agenda from the November meeting. Someone happy to move those?
I think it's only me who's on it by the looks of it, and yourself, Kerry. So
it's you and Matt, Steve. So you're
I'm on it. Oh, Matt was on there, yeah.
So yes, as long as you're both happy with that, that's fine. I mean, I can second it anyway, but that's fine. So Steve and then Matt, if that's okay, Matt. And then we're on to the first item on the agenda then, which is the employability provisions. So we've just got a brief verbal update because I know Elliot Williams, who's on the call with us, is going to come back in January and provide something a bit more detailed. But I thought, has this been a couple of months since we've had something, just a brief verbal update before we break for Christmas. So Elliot, do you want to just come in?
Hi, yeah. As the chair just mentioned, I mean, I'll look to provide a bit more of a detailed update on the current sort of landscape and the position with employability in sort of January. I suppose just thought it would be worth mentioning at this point that things have changed a little bit in terms of the provision that we have available with the employability projects that the council is involved with delivering. We have the Kickstart programme, which I've mentioned at previous meetings, which is a DWP funded paid work placement programme that supports those needs to provide with 6-month work placements in the region of 25 hours per week. We've set up various placements with within the council in a range of departments and also with external SMEs. That programme is coming to an end shortly. DWP announced that the new placements, they won't be accepting any new placements.
Yeah, likewise back tomorrow, okay? Bye, bye-bye.
Yeah, DWP noted that they wouldn't be taking on any more applications for new placements from December, but the placements that we have set up on the system with DWP are available to candidates coming in to benefit from those opportunities through to March. So what we have sort of set up on the system, the vacancies that we have there, we can still take people on, but we can't create new opportunities. We had hoped to roll out additional placements, new placements throughout social services. We have managed to get a couple through before they sort of close the door to that. But it has worked really well. We've supported in excess of 60 placements during the duration of the programme, and it is something we're looking to hopefully build on. Linked to that, we are looking to, and I'll provide more detail in January, but we are looking to see if we can come up with a follow-on project to the Kickstart placements. Based on the success of that, we've developed a grant bid to the Council's Economic Recovery Fund with a view to providing work placements throughout the council again that will be funded through that programme, and that would allow us more flexibility in terms of the eligibility of individuals that could access that provision. So rather than it being constrained by the requirements of an external grant, we could open it up to all age categories, and we could flex sort of the duration of the contract hours for each placement, and work and make sure that we put some wraparound support and mentoring support in for those individuals. So that's something we're looking at the moment as a hopefully as a follow-on to Kickstart. Also, the other sort of news we have in terms of provision is I think I mentioned previously that UK government launched the Community Renewal Fund back in sort of April-May time this year. We submitted a collaborative bid as part of that to develop and implement the Pathways to Work project. The idea being that projects such as this would provide pre-engagement support, employability support, skills support, advancement of digital skills, volunteering placements, job clubs, and provide an opportunity really to give a more flexible approach to employability rather than being constrained perhaps by individual funding streams and eligibility cohorts that we have to work to as sort of prescribed by current funding arrangements. There's a lot more flexibility with the Pathways to Work project. We were successful in securing funding to deliver that project, so that will include 6 delivery partners. So that includes some council services, YMCA, Barnardo's, Gower College, Swansea, SCBS, and Techno Camps. And the idea of that program as well is, like I say, to give that flexibility. We can support anyone basically, but we would like to try and also develop some bespoke pathways into employment. So one of the reasons, for example, we have Techno Camps on board is to come up with digital pathways into employment, and with all of the initiatives that are happening in Swansea, such as the redevelopment of the Palace Theatre and 10 coming in there that's going to operate a digital sort of tech incubation space with Tramshed Tech. We could have a lot of jobs and opportunities really to provide people with job outcomes really for in sort of tech sector, but we'd like to try and strengthen the pathway and help people get into coding and all that sort of thing. So so that's one of the key aims of that project. So again, provide a bit more detail on that in sort of a report in January. But just to give you a heads up that Kickstarter is ending, but we have the Economic Recovery Fund bid that hopefully will follow on from that, and we also have secured the Pathways to Work funding. Worth noting, Pathways to Work is only a 6-month pilot through UK government funds, so it does give us an opportunity, I suppose, for us to work together with those 6 delivery partners to see how we can shape provision and test things out, and see what we can develop then when UK government launches the Shared Prosperity Fund, which again could be in the next few months. So yeah, that's probably the headlines for me at the moment. Any questions on that, or is there anything you'd like me to report on in the January report? By all means, raise it with me. That's fine.
Okay, I mean, thanks, Ed. There's obviously an awful lot going in there, going on. So I can see why a more detailed report is probably necessary. Really. I think that it would be beneficial really to do that in front of the whole committee. Obviously, there's lots of people who haven't come today, probably because it's so close to Christmas. So I think Matt and Steve, is there anything that jumps out for you, or are you happy for Elliot to come back in the new year and provide a bit more detail on all the aspects that he talked about there?
No, I think Elliot supplied an awful lot of information, and I can see there's a lot going on. I'm more than happy for it to come back into the new year with the documents that we could read over and perhaps comment then, which may be of more benefit to yourself, Elliot, than listening to some comments from myself or anybody else now.
Sure. Yeah.
Same as.
Okay, thanks, guys. One thing I wanted to raise just briefly, I can see Lucy's joined us from legal. Lucy, in terms of declarations of conflict interests, which is obviously the second agenda item, Elliot mentioned that Barnardo's is one of the 6 delivery partners for, I think that's what you said.
Yes, yeah.
Pathways. Well, I work for Barnardo's, so is that something I need to declare?
Yes, because you've got an invested interest. Yes.
Okay, all right. So can you note that, Alison, please? And do I need to fill the form in?
Yeah, I'll send you a form to fill in as well.
Okay, thanks. I'm grateful for that, because obviously I wasn't aware that Bananas were involved with that. So that's otherwise I would have declared it earlier. But thanks for that. See, thank you. And then obviously
Sorry, I was late. I was trying to update a lawyer following court. It's all a bit chaos, so sorry.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you being here. And obviously I'll need to declare that in January as well, won't I? Because you'll be covering that as well. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Well, thanks, Elliot. Thanks for coming. I know you're all really busy, isn't it, up to Christmas? So we appreciate that and look forward to having a bit more detail and a bit more opportunity to discuss it in January.
Sure, no problem. Thank you. Have a good Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, and you. Thanks very much. Merry Christmas, Elliot. Take care.
Bye.
Okay, and third agenda item is, I believe, let me just check my phone, young carer strategy. Gavin hasn't joined us today, Alison, is he?
I'm just calling him in now in case he's in the middle of doing something else. So we'll see if he's join now. But he has got his out of office on. He did say he was going to be able to join us today to give us an update.
Yeah, I haven't heard much from Gavin because the last couple of months, because I know he was off with COVID for one of the PDCs. And he sent me an email for one of the ones that he couldn't make, and I gave an update. But because I haven't had an update on the young care strategy from him.
No, he promised me he'd be able to attend because I sent him the meeting request. But as I say, I'm just trying to call him in now, and his out of office is on.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, there's nothing we can do about that.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Yeah.
If he's not there, he's not there. So we'll have to push that back into next month's work plan. We'll have to have a chat about that, Alison, because I know Elliot's going to provide something, isn't he? And Amy Hawkins, who was obviously going to provide something, a verbal update at least today on the volunteering strategy, broke her wrist, didn't she? And has been unable to do that for obvious reasons. So she'll be coming as well in January to provide us with more of an update. So we'll have a chat about that anyway outside of that, but it'll obviously be a much busier meeting than today's has been.
Yes, yeah. I think there's quite a few items on that agenda, so we're probably looking at about 4 or 5 different items.
Yeah, okay. I think they're all coming back at that point, aren't they? Oh, okay. Well, in terms of the work plan, there's nothing else on there for today because that's the last agenda item. So it'll be a really busy agenda for January as a result, and hopefully we'll have a. Paxton has joined us just in time for us to say goodbye. But for those who did attend, thanks very much for coming. I know it's challenging this time of year. Thanks very much to Lucy for coming from Legal and from everyone else from Legal who supported us throughout the year. We really do appreciate it. And as always, a big thanks to Simon for his continuing support for our PDC, and to Alison and Caroline in Democratic Services for all the support that you've given us, particularly you, Alison, over the last the last 12 months is really appreciated. And just suffice to say, really, thanks for your attendance and Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. See you all in January.
Take care, all.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Stay healthy.
Merry Christmas, all.
Christmas.
Alan's just come as we go in.